Hi ladies, hi gents, Palm Springs Cindy, back in the desert. And I know it's been a while since I've been on YouTube because I've sort of been in this transition of my last day or two in La Jolla and then driving, and sort of unwinding and unpacking. But I do have some things I want to share with you guys and talk about. Oh my gosh. Well, all right. So I went down to San Diego or La Jolla because I actually have a sister and brother-in-law that live there, as well as my niece. Now, my niece is my sister's daughter, and my niece is soon to be 50, I believe. She's 49, and she has the little boy that's, I think, in 4th grade. Hello there. And he watches my videos and he's a great videographer. And so I have not seen my sister. She's a bit older than I am, not very much. And so I hadn't seen her in quite a while, and she actually has a new home. She used to live in Palm Springs. Now this is going to be our conversation today. I want to know how you guys feel about this. I need to talk to you. Okay, so I have a sister that's a little bit older that lives in La Jolla. I have her daughter, my niece, that lives in La Jolla. And then I have a brother that lives in Newport and a home in Palm Springs. And then I have a daughter that lives in Palm Springs. And then I live in Indio now. So it used to be that 3 of the family siblings lived in Palm Springs. Myself, my older sister, my brother. And then gradually, as we are getting older, the summers are getting to us, the hot summers. Now, they were not getting to me because I would leave. I was able to go up to Sun Valley, Idaho, and stay in our cabin up there. But since my divorce, I have not been able to, use that cabin. So I have been here. This is my 3rd summer now that I've been here. And I've just, I've coped by just staying in my pool. And this summer I've been blessed to be able to spend 2 weeks at Newport Beach with my brother. And he has an apartment behind his house. And now 3 weeks in La Jolla with my niece. So that's a significant chunk of time. And let me tell you, it was very welcome. Okay, so now that my brother's gonna sell his home here in the desert, and my sister obviously has sold her home and lives in La Jolla now. Okay, here's my dilemma. As you guys know, I just moved into this house last October. Can you believe it's been almost 1 year? October 2nd, I moved in. So, and I have never thought about leaving the desert. Mostly because I've been here since 1973, straight from college, and I have a daughter that lives here, and it's, I consider the desert my home. I love the desert, but the summers are pretty brutal. So and many of you guys have suggested this, you've said, have you ever considered moving or leaving the desert area and, going to the beach area? So my sister-in-law and my other niece, my brother's daughter, are big-time realtors in the Corona del Mar area. So anyway, I got to thinking, now that I'm getting older, would it behoove me to eventually, I can't sell this current home that I'm in now for another year, or else I'll have to pay taxes on my equity. And I think I will get a significant amount of equity. I know already. We'll see what the market does. And so if I was thinking that might be nice to move closer to the beach area, closer to my siblings as I get older, so that we are not 3 hours away from one another, rather an hour max away from one another. And okay, but here's my dilemma. Everything in the beach area is totally out of my price range. I mean, they start at maybe $1.3 million. I'm not kidding you. So I was thinking, well, I know I can't afford to live on or even near the beach, but there are areas where it is not a desert climate, and that's really what I'm looking for. I mean, sure, would I love to live near and on the beach? Of course, but I know I can't. But I could probably find a place similar to the one I'm in now. Now, it won't be new, and it will most likely need work, and I'll deal with that. This is still a year or so in coming, but so my niece is adamant about me moving down closer to her, closer to the beach area. And by the way, when I was in La Jolla and was staying with her for those 3 weeks, her and her son, we really did get along well. We were very, very compatible. And so that was kind of a fun sign for both of us. And in fact, I did even bring up the question, why don't she could sell her place. She has quite a bit of equity in her place. I could sell my place. We could pool our money and we could afford a over $1 million place. She would have most of the ownership. I would not. And we would have to have it so that, it was separate quarters. We did talk about that, but I don't think that's going to happen. But in the meantime, she came up with some other ideas. And so this is what I want to share with you. She took me to an area called Rancho Bernardo. Now, for some of you who are familiar with Southern California, especially the San Diego area, you will know and have heard of Rancho Bernardo. It is actually northeast of San Diego, not far northeast, not far east, and not far that north. So anyway, and I think the community was being built around 1970-ish. 75 in there. So it's not a new community, but it's very nice. It's very well maintained, and it's small. It's I believe it's for an older, I want to say a little bit older population. It has the topography of San Diego, which is very hills and valleys. And I have video, and I'm going to share it with you. These are the condos in Rancho Bernardo that I could afford. They have no garage, but a parking structure you can see there. And they also, I noticed, had storage places that are connected near where you park. I like that these are the trees and everything are so mature, that it's so green. And you can tell they're older, but they still have a little character. And the whole town, the buildings in the whole town are very similar, with the red tile roofs and the stucco walls. And, I do like that style.
I could feel it in my bones. There was something going on, that shade of doubt hanging around. God, cause darling, there was nothing right when all you seem to do is lie. Those days are gone. I'm walking tall while you're alone.
This is one of the first condo areas we looked at in Rancho Bernardo. It's older. It's probably the same building date as the other one that you just saw. I liked these. You can see they've got like I can't tell if that's a garage. Well, these don't have garages, but I like the style of these. Once again, it's, the red tile roofs, and they have those wooden things over the windows, which were kind of a cute little accessory, as well as keeping things a bit safer. I guess I don't have video of this, just this one picture, but all the condos looked pretty much the same as this one. So we did go online. We found places that were selling like 500, 550-ish. And they did not have a garage, but they did have a carport and then a storage room, near your carport. But they were cute, and we didn't go in, but we did look inside of one or two that were on sale online, like on Zillow. So, so that's something for me to think about. Then there's also Oceanside, there's San Marcos. There are some areas out there. So, when all is said and done, it's way too soon to start thinking about that. But the whole idea of leaving Palm Springs, moving closer to my siblings, being closer to family as I age is the question that's on my mind. What do you guys think? Now, yes, I will have to leave my daughter, but I also would want to make sure there are public transportation routes to the Palm Springs to wherever I would move if it were a couple hours away. She's not real keen on driving freeways. And so, but I think there's a train, and there are, I'm not going to say buses, but buses and Ubers, that could take her to a train depot. And then from there, she could get very close to wherever I am. And then from there, I could pick her up. It's 2021. There are ways to get around. My niece took me, while we were on this day of driving around, she took me to big, beautiful, she has a friend that lives in La Jolla, and so La Jolla Hill area or whatever. So she took me over, we took a drive, and she wanted to show me where her job, where they would have their events. Part of her job means she has to coordinate and have these fundraising events, these very, very posh country club type places. So she wanted to show me where she worked. She wanted to show me where they had the events. She wanted to show me around. So I have some video of that. You are not going to believe how beautiful this La Jolla area is.
I could feel it in my bones. There was something going on, that shit of doubt hanging around. God knows. 'Cause darling, there was nothing right when all you seem to do is lie. Those days are gone. I'm walking tall while you're alone. When I think about the way we used to be, when I think about the things you took from me, I know that I am so much better. I'm better off. When I look at what I've done now that we're apart, when I look at what I've won, I've come so far. I know I'm so much better off. And baby, you don't belong. Your love was cold, heart made of stone. I'm just fine, I'm gonna shine. I'm alright, I'm celebrating.
Alrighty, then I got home, and you guys, I don't know about you, but it took me 3 hours to get home. And when I got home, I had left my air conditioning off, so I had to cool my house down, which took several hours, and turn fans on and moved fans all around and all that good stuff. And then my computer is on the blink because I forgot to turn it off, so it's not working. And then I did unpack the day that I returned, and I did a load of laundry. Anyway, I've got to clean out my refrigerator. I have lots of trash to get rid of, and I cannot find my mailbox keys. So I have to go to the Indio post office, show proof that I own this house, and hope that they have a spare. So that's what I'm going to do when I finish with this video. Oh, I went to Pottery Barn in Mission Valley, Fashion Valley, San Diego. And they had a Pottery Barn. It took us, I went there because I wanted to look and sit in some swivel recliner chairs. I did not purchase anything, but I did look around, and it was nice to see like certain items that I've been looking at. I took pictures of them, and they had some really pretty fall, little fall tableaus sitting on the tabletops, and the way they arrange their vases and how they put flowers together and pumpkins in big bowls. I took pictures of that to give me some ideas. I'll share those with you as well.